I've had in the last couple of days, I've had a gentleman come by and look at a vehicle that we've had in our community. We're a small dealership here, of course, but we get a lot of community people that come around here. And I want to tell you about one that particularly came by. This gentleman was 81 years old, and he came in and he approached me about my sport track. And I told him he had a Ford Explorer that he wanted to trade in. I said, well, I use that car to promote business, or that truck to promote business. It's $1,000 vehicle. There's not really any money in it for me. So, I don't think that I would just drop keys and trade. So he finally decided that he would pay some boot. And so, of course, boot is different, cash difference between the two vehicles. So I went out and I looked at what he had, and I told him, I said, sir, I got to be honest with you. I think you got a better car here than what you're trying to trade for. I'm in the business of making money, but here's the thing, I've got $1,000 vehicle. If I put yours out there, I can probably get $2,000 for it. In all honesty, it's a nice vehicle. Now, it wasn't a truck. I had a truck. He wanted a truck. He had a Ford Explorer. And so I just couldn't bring myself to trade with him. And he was so insistent on it. So I sent him home and I said, look, you come back tomorrow, and if you're still in the frame of mind that you want this truck, even knowing that I'm going to get the better end of the deal here, I'll trade with you. So sure enough, he came back today and still wanted the truck, ready to trade for it and pay the cash difference. And so I sent Shane out to appraise his truck. Shane had the same opinion that I did of the truck. And, he just approached the gentleman with the same thing. He said, look, you're trading a nicer vehicle in than what you want. And, I just don't feel right about you doing that, and you willing to pay a cash difference. He said, we're a small dealer around here, and we want as many of our customers to be happy as we can make them. And for us to knowingly step into this business and just, we feel like we're taking advantage of you. And so Shane says, well, my dad says you've been here yesterday. And he said, why don't you take one more day? And, if you want to take one more day and then come back tomorrow, and if you're insistent and you want to trade, yes, okay. But Shane told him, said, we are getting the better end of the deal here. And, under normal circumstances, I think that would be fine. But you're looking at a 1-year-old man, and neither one of us just had it in us to do today. You're going to have to make that decision when you're in your little community. I just want the gentleman to think about it. If he is insistent that this is what he wants to do, okay. But, every little deal, sometimes you just have to pass on them for your personal reasons. Let your heart be your guide. We've got in this industry a lot of people give us a bad rap, but we have done everything we could possibly do to full disclose everything to this gentleman that we can. And so in this particular case, we find out it's better for us to be able to sleep at night. His money will be spent a lot quicker than the memory of what we yeah, we don't want that memory hanging over us. But if he's insistent, then we will eventually let him have the truck.